Welcome back to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I want to share three, maybe an extra one, we'll see, musical theater songs that you can use to audition if you're an alto or mezzo soprano singer. So, a lot of the times we think about like auditioning for musicals, and like sometimes you often will see some popular audition songs that are really more in the soprano range or mezzo soprano range without really knowing, okay, what if I'm not quite in that range right now or like at all, and my voice doesn't, like my natural voice doesn't really fit well there. How do I find a piece that works for me? And so I just wanted to share a couple songs that I've used for auditions or that I have sung that I really find are very comfortable in my voice. I'm a mezzo, but I do have like a lower tail is what my one of my voice teachers has said, is that she thinks I'm a soprano but with a lower tail end, like a lower tail. But I have always identified it as a mezzo because I do have like I that's just where my tessitura is. Like that's tessitura is like where your voice is most comfortable. That's what that means. It's an Italian word that really means where your voice fits comfortably. So even though you might be able to sing really high notes or really low notes, where does your voice fit comfortably? So you guys know, if you've listened to this podcast before, I've talked about this. The most important thing that you can do to begin building confidence as a singer and as a performer in your singing voice is to build awareness of your voice. Start to listen to your voice. Start to notice, how is my voice feeling when I'm singing this versus when I'm singing this? What's going on? Start to become curious, start to build that awareness and develop that. And so you definitely need to do that when you're choosing audition songs so that you can, choose what fits best for you. When you come into the Sing Confidently course, if any of you decide to come into the course, I do take you through like choosing your song, like choosing a piece that works for you and what to look out for, what to consider, and in a very simple breakdown. So I break it down very simply, like just look out for these couple of things when you're choosing a song for yourself. And then also once you're in the course, you can also come to free Q&As every month. And so you can always come in and ask me questions and get me to coach you on whatever song you've chosen. So creativelybyestelle.com/course. Okay. But let's get into this list. So I love every single one of these songs so much. Like I'm excited to talk about this. And I'm going to tell you why they work so well for a mezzo soprano singer and an alto singer. So I believe if you're an alto, you can still sing these songs because they're really in that like middle to lower range. So the first song that I'm going to suggest is actually a song that I sang for my first ever Broadway audition this past summer in New York. So I went to New York. I'm if you don't know, I'm currently studying music and music education at Columbia University. But it's a hybrid program. So I study virtually throughout the summer or throughout the fall and spring. And over the summer is when I go in person to New York for classes. So I went this last summer in 2024, in person. And I have like a reel on my Instagram, like me going and like my kind of like the vlog of it all. But I went to a Broadway audition. It was like an open call. I think it was an open call. Um, and I wrote my name on the list. I didn't know if I was gonna get seen, but I got seen, and I'd been working on this clip of this audition cut with my voice teacher. And this was the audition cut. It was the song I'm the Greatest Star from Funny Girl. That is my first recommendation. If you are an alto or mezzo soprano, especially if you're an alto, I believe this is a great song for you. Now, this song is from Funny Girl, which Barbara Streisand performed it on Broadway and then also in the musical movie. And she plays Fanny Bryce, And so this is her song where she is like really just putting herself out there and saying, you know what, I'm a star, I'm going to be a star, I believe in myself basically, and I'm ready to show the world who I am. And so it's this really big fun number. It's very comedic, there's a lot of character. So if you love like showing off your personality, and you really want to bring a lot of energy to the audition room and you don't want it to be super high, right? And then this is definitely the song for you. I'm gonna give you guys, I'm giving you this song. Like this is literally what I used. I believe I used the cut towards the end. I believe I did like from the bridge part all the way to the end, but you can do different cuts from it because there are different comedic moments in there. And so I would say go through and find, depending on what the audition is requesting from you, like 16 bars versus 32 bars versus 8 bars, which who does 8 bar cuts? But anyway, in case they do, then you can go through and look. But really, I would say like looking towards the end, that's like a great place to start. Like even from I'm the greatest star, I am by far, but no one knows it. And then building up into the I'll blow my horn until someone blows it, right? That part is really like it's not high at all. Like I think horn, that is like that's an A. I think because the key has changed. So it's just an A. That's right here. Right? So that's not high at all. It's really nice and comfortable. If you are like, I'm kind of nervous about singing in this audition and I don't want to sing a really high song. I do want to show my personality. I want to show um, my flair, and I want to show that I can, be a character and I can really act it out. I'm the greatest star is it's the best. It's the best. Okay. I loved doing that. So that is my number one musical theater song audition, like audition song for you as an alto or mezzo who's comfortable like kind of singing in that middle lower to low range. Okay. Especially, but of course, take all of these with a grain of salt because it's going to depend on what the audition is for, what they're asking for, right? So that is from Funny Girl, that's like golden age, right? Versus if they're asking for something like pop, like contemporary, right? Or pop, that's going to be different. So keep in mind what they're actually asking for. But that's a good one. The second one that I'll share with you that I love is All I've Ever Known from Hadestown. This is a contemporary one. So if you're auditioning for a show that's contemporary, um, kind of like folksy, even like something like Beautiful, Carole King musical, or Once. Does anyone do that show? I don't know. But those shows like or even Waitress, like this is a great song for any of those shows because it's contemporary and it has that like folksy vibe and it's very, very comfortable for mezzos. I love singing this song. I sung it also in New York, actually this summer, not for an audition, but for our like showcase at the end of the year or at the end of the semester that we did our musical serenades, our musical showcase. I sang this as well. And it's right in that comfortable range. It's a beautiful way to show off your emotion and expression through your voice. I think it's let's see, it starts on I was alone so long I didn't even know that I was lonely. It's so nice and it's really comfortably in that middle voice. If you are a mezzo, I think you'd really like singing that. All right, and then the last song that I would suggest is I Have a Dream from Mamma Mia. So this is kind of like in that middle space. It's not golden age. It's not like super contemporary, but it's kind of contemporary. It's 70s. So if you're auditioning for any shows like Mamma Mia, like Grease or Hairspray, things like that, then this could be a fun one to do. It's also great if you are wanting to show a little bit like not like a big character comedic song, but if you want to show again that expressiveness and that emotion for the audition. So I Have a Dream it's very simple, it's very elegant, it has this just like legato phrases, which I love, and it's really like the highest note here is looks like a D flat. I think that's the highest one there, which is not high at all. Like it's very comfortable. That's a D flat above the C, above middle C. So that is not high at all. It's really great for altos actually, but also if you're a mezzo, I think you could feel really, really comfortable singing that and finding a cut in that song as well. So I hope this helps you if you're like stumped on what song to choose and you're an alto or mezzo soprano, or you feel like you're not really sure where your voice is, what your voice type is, or what range is comfortable for you, but you just don't feel like you just don't want to belt or like go to like belting in or not necessarily even belting, because you can do a little bit of belting in I'm the Greatest Star, but maybe you don't want to feel like you're singing super super high in an audition because that's not where you feel comfortable yet. But you want to choose songs that are really comfortable for your range so that you can show off your put your best foot forward in the audition. I would say go with one of these options if you're not really sure where to start. Okay. So the first one is I'm the Greatest Star from Funny Girl. The second option is All I've Ever Known from Hadestown. And the third song I would say is I Have a Dream from Mamma Mia. And I'll give you guys a bonus song at the end now that we're at the end here. So my bonus song that I'll share with you is Almost There from Princess and the Frog. This is a great song if you're like doing a Disney audition, or they're asking for like Disney or like jazzy kind of musical theater songs, right? So I don't know why they would ask for that, but if they did. But if you're doing a Disney audition or they're asking for something from Disney, like that's a great one for altos and mezzos. Almost There. It's so fun, high energy, but it also is not super high, and you can belt in some spaces or mix belt in some places as well. So that's my bonus song for you guys. So those are my 3 musical theater audition songs for mezzo and alto singers. I have sung all of these actually at some point, including Almost There. I've sung all of these, even if it's just in practice, but one of these I've done for an audition. Two of these I've done for performances before. So I hope that you find this helpful. If you do, please come to the Facebook group and tell me if you've sung any of these or which one of these is your favorite. So have you sung any of these? Have you heard of these? Or is there one of these that you're actually going to use for your next audition? And you're like, I actually really love this song and I hadn't thought about doing this. Come to the Facebook group. I would love to know. And I'd love to hear from you. So go to go to the show notes below and click where it says Facebook group. Currently it's called Singing Tips for Performing Artists. I'm kind of like tweaking the name a bit, but you can go to Facebook and find it there. And I would love to meet up with you over there and hear which of these songs is your favorite, or which of these songs you're actually going to do for your next audition, or which of these songs that you have sung before. I would love to hear from you. So go to the Facebook group and connect with me over there. You can always go to creativelybyestelle.com/course as well and check out the course if you'd like to, put this into action and start working on one of these audition songs with me as your coach. I'd love to work with you in the course. All right. Thank you so much for being here as always. I really appreciate it. And I really hope this helps you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.